Welcome everyone to today's episode on masterful meditation techniques for mental illness and anxiety relief. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're going to explore powerful meditation practices designed to bring calm and peace into your life, helping to manage anxiety and promote mental well-being.
Let's dive right in. Our first set of techniques focuses on grounding. The first technique involves intense sensory focus. Start by focusing intently on each sense individually. Sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch.
Yes, this anchors you in the present, pulling you away from those anxious thoughts. As Sarah mentioned, when exploring touch, for example, really notice the texture of your clothing against your skin.
Exactly. Next, we have the body scan meditation. Systematically bring awareness to each part of your body, noticing any sensations without judgment.
Try incorporating progressive relaxation techniques. As you focus on each body part, consciously release any tension you find there. Start with your toes and work your way up.
Another grounding technique is using a physical anchor. Choose a specific spot on your body, maybe the feeling of your breath in your nostrils or an object in the room. Focus on your breath, linking it to this anchor.
This is incredibly helpful when your mind wanders. Just gently guide your focus back to that anchor point each time.
Our last grounding technique involves nature sounds. Use sounds like rain, waves, or birdsong to create a calming backdrop as you focus on your breath and body sensations.
Visualizing nature can further enhance this effect. Imagine yourself in a peaceful forest or by a serene lake. Now let's move on to techniques that focus on cultivating compassion.
Compassion meditation is incredibly powerful. Start by extending feelings of kindness and compassion first to yourself. This is crucial.
Then extend those feelings to loved ones, neutral individuals, and finally, even to those you find challenging. It's about expanding your circle of compassion.
Another valuable practice is self-compassion break. Focus on a difficult emotion or situation. Now, offer yourself the same comfort and understanding you would offer a friend in a similar situation.
Use self-soothing language. For example, tell yourself, "This is a difficult moment," or "I'm doing the best I can."
Next, we have emotion observation. Acknowledge difficult emotions without judgment. Observe them as passing weather patterns in your mind, without trying to control or suppress them.
Think of your emotions like clouds passing in the sky. You don't have to hold on to them. Just watch them float by.
Finally, let's talk about forgiveness meditation. This focuses on letting go of resentment and self-blame. Practice forgiveness towards yourself and others. And welcome, everyone, to today's meditation session focused on releasing negativity. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We'll guide you through techniques to observe your thoughts, challenge negativity, and build a more positive inner landscape. Let's begin.
Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Begin to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body.
Now, observe your thoughts without judgment. Just watch them as if they are clouds passing by. Notice their fleeting nature. Label them simply as thoughts, not as facts. This helps create detachment from negative patterns.
Think about a recurring negative thought you often experience. Acknowledge it, and now gently challenge its validity. Ask yourself, is this thought truly accurate? Is there another way to look at the situation?
Explore alternative, more balanced perspectives. Practice reframing that negative thought into something more positive or neutral. For example, if you think "I always fail," reframe it as "I am learning and growing with each experience."
Now, let's move on to positive affirmations. Repeat after me, either silently or aloud. I am worthy of love and respect.
I am strong and resilient.
I am capable of overcoming challenges.
Visualize yourself embodying these qualities. See yourself acting with confidence, kindness, and strength in your daily life.
Next, visualize achieving a specific goal related to managing your mental health. Perhaps it's successfully managing anxiety in a social situation or calmly handling a stressful work task. Imagine the scene in vivid detail.
Feel the confidence and relief associated with achieving this goal. This visualization builds confidence and reduces fear surrounding the situation.
Now let's shift our focus to physical sensations. Pay close attention to any sensations you're experiencing in your body right now. Observe them without judgment, simply noticing their presence.
Observe the rise and fall of emotions without getting carried away by them. If difficult emotions arise, explore them with curiosity and compassion. Ask yourself gentle questions about the emotion, its origins, and its impact on you.
We'll integrate some DBT skills now. Let's start with mindfulness. Focus intently on 5 things you can see around you.
Now, focus on 4 things you can touch.
3. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we're diving into mindfulness meditation techniques to help anchor you in the present moment, interrupting anxious spiraling.
Exactly. Anxiety often pulls us into the future or traps us in the past. These techniques are designed to gently bring you back to the now.
Let's start with a body scan. Slowly scan your body from head to toe, noticing sensations without judgment. As you reach each body part, silently repeat a phrase of self-compassion like, "May I be well," or "May I be kind to myself."
This simple act can create a sense of connection with your body and promote relaxation. Now, try visualizing yourself as a majestic mountain, unmoved by the winds, those anxieties that blow around you. Feel the solidness of your foundation, your unyielding presence.
I love that. It's about finding strength within. And next, focus on the base of your spine, visualizing deep roots growing down into the earth, grounding you and drawing up strength and stability. Feel the earth's energy supporting you.
That's a powerful grounding technique. Now let's shift to our thoughts. Visualize your anxious thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky. Observe them without engaging, letting them pass without judgment. Focus on the vastness of the sky, the space around the clouds.
It's like recognizing that your thoughts don't define you. And when anxious thoughts arise, gently acknowledge them. I notice this thought is here. Then visualize releasing them like bubbles floating away on a stream.
Such a gentle way to let go. You can also imagine yourself as a detached observer watching your thoughts and emotions unfold. Observe them without identification, recognizing them as transient experiences rather than your essential self.
It's about creating some distance. Now let's talk about self-compassion. When overwhelmed, pause and silently offer yourself words of comfort and kindness, just as you would to a close friend. Acknowledge your suffering without judgment.
That's so important. And extend feelings of loving kindness towards yourself, repeating phrases such as, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be peaceful," "May I be free from suffering."
It's okay to be kind to yourself. Finally, reflect on the transient nature of all things, including your suffering. This understanding can soften the grip of negative emotions and promote acceptance.
Remember, anxiety is a temporary state. By practicing these mindfulness techniques, you can build resilience and navigate challenging emotions with greater ease.
Thank you for joining us today. Welcome, everyone, to Mindful Moments. Today, we're diving into practical meditation techniques designed to soothe anxiety and promote mental wellness. Remember, these practices are tools for self-soothing and relaxation, not replacements for professional help. If you're struggling with mental illness, please seek guidance from a qualified therapist or psychiatrist. These meditations can be a helpful supplement to professional care.
Absolutely. Let's start with the breath. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Now, focus on deep, slow breaths. Imagine your breath filling your lower abdomen like a balloon. Feel it expand with each inhale.
That's right. This technique calms the nervous system and reduces physiological anxiety symptoms. Inhale deeply.
And exhale slowly, releasing any tension.
Next, we'll move on to progressive muscle relaxation. This involves systematically tensing and releasing different muscle groups in your body.
Exactly. Start with your toes. Tense them tightly for a few seconds, then release. Feel the tension melt away. Work your way up your body, calves, thighs, abdomen, chest, arms, and face. Tense, then release each muscle group.
This technique is incredibly effective for releasing tension and promoting relaxation throughout the body. Now, let's move on to visualization.
Create a vivid mental image of a peaceful and safe place. It could be a beach, a forest, a cozy room, anywhere you feel calm and secure.
Focus on the details. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Engage all your senses to make the image as real as possible. Use this space as a refuge whenever anxiety arises.
That's beautifully said. Now, let's explore some other meditation topics. One powerful technique is sensory awareness. Focus intently on each sense in turn. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch right now?
This anchors you in the present moment, pulling your focus away from anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about that. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Today, we're diving into practical mindfulness techniques to help manage anxiety. It's all about bringing yourself back to the present moment.
Exactly. And remember, the cornerstone of mindfulness is your breath. When your mind wanders, which it inevitably will, gently redirect your attention back to each inhale and exhale.
Now, let's talk about connecting with your environment. If you're outdoors, really engage all your senses with nature. What do you see, hear, smell, and feel?
And if you're indoors, no problem. Use a nature soundscape, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, to bring that sense of the outdoors in. Focus on the details. It's incredibly grounding.
Another key aspect is acknowledging your anxiety without judgment. Speak to yourself with kindness and understanding. Remember, anxiety is a normal human experience.
Affirmations can be powerful here. Repeat phrases like, I am safe, I am capable, or I can handle this. It's about reassuring yourself in the moment.
Visualization is another fantastic tool. Create a mental image of a peaceful place, a beach, a forest, a mountaintop, and immerse yourself in the details.
Engage all your senses in this visualization. Feel the sun on your skin, hear the waves crashing, smell the pine trees. Use it as an anchor during moments of anxiety.
Now, let's shift to observing your anxiety. Visualize it as a wave, noticing its rise and fall. Observe it without trying to control it.
Acknowledge its presence, let it be, and allow it to pass. Remember, emotions are transient. They don't last forever.
For advanced practitioners, this is a more challenging technique. Gradually confront a specific fear in a safe, controlled environment within your mind.
Visualize the feared situation, noticing your bodily sensations, and gradually reducing the intensity of your fear response. This requires careful preparation and may benefit from professional guidance.
Now, let's talk about compassion. Extend feelings of love and kindness, starting with yourself, then to loved ones, then to neutral people, and finally, even to difficult people.
This cultivates compassion and reduces self-criticism, making you more resilient and understanding.
It's also important to acknowledge past mistakes and hurts without judgment. Practice self-compassion and forgive yourself for your imperfections.
Remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. What matters is how you learn and grow from them.
Acknowledge and accept difficult emotions and thoughts without trying to change them. Recognize that they are temporary and will pass.
Trying to suppress emotions often backfires. Allowing them to be without judgment can actually help them dissipate more quickly.
Finally, reflect on the transient nature of all things. This can provide perspective. Welcome to today's episode, where we'll explore powerful meditation techniques to reduce negative attachments and foster mental wellness. Remember, these are supportive practices and not replacements for professional care.
That's right. If you're struggling with a mental illness, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional. These meditations can be valuable additions to professional treatment.
Let's start with gratitude. Take a moment to focus on the things you're grateful for, big or small. How does shifting your focus feel?
It's amazing how quickly positive emotions can shift your perspective. Next, try recalling a happy memory. Relive it in detail. What do you see, hear, feel?
Allow those positive emotions to wash over you. Now, bring to mind people, experiences, and things you appreciate. How have they positively impacted your life?
These exercises can really help reframe your mindset. Now, let's move on to techniques specifically for anxiety and other challenges. First, grounding. Focus on the sensation of your feet on the ground. Feel the pressure, the texture, the stability. This anchors you in the present moment.
This is great for anxiety, panic attacks, and dissociation. Next, the body scan. Slowly scan your body, noticing sensations without judgment. If you find tension, offer yourself compassion and acceptance.
That's helpful for anxiety, depression, and body image issues. Another powerful technique is breath awareness. Observe the natural rhythm of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest or belly. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back.
Breath awareness is fantastic for anxiety disorders and racing thoughts. Lastly, engage your senses. Notice 3 things you see, 2 things you hear, 1 thing you smell, 1 thing you taste, 1 thing you touch. This brings you out of rumination.
That's a great technique for intrusive thoughts and PTSD flashbacks. And finally, let's practice identifying a challenging emotion.
Thank you for joining us today. Remember, these meditations are tools to support your mental wellness journey. Seek professional help when needed and be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Take care, and we look forward to guiding you in our next episode.
Welcome everyone to the Mental Wellness Podcast. Today, we're diving into practical techniques to navigate challenging emotions and cultivate inner peace. Remember, these are suggestions and individual needs vary, so find what resonates with you.
Exactly. Let's start with self-compassion. When you're feeling down or critical of yourself, try speaking to yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that your feelings are valid. It's not about ignoring the issue, but approaching it with empathy.
That's a great point. And for those struggling with anxiety, visualization can be powerful. Imagine your worries as clouds drifting away or leaves floating down a stream. Practice non-attachment to those anxious thoughts. Let them pass without getting caught up in them.
I love that imagery. Another technique for stress and restlessness is to engage your senses in a peaceful place. Imagine a beach, a forest, or a mountain and really try to feel, smell, and see it. This can help ground you in the present moment.
And what about dealing with past mistakes or regrets? This is where self-forgiveness comes in. Directly address those feelings, but recognize your inherent worthiness of compassion. Everyone makes mistakes. It's how we learn and grow.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to cognitive techniques. When you identify a negative thought, don't just accept it as truth. Explore the evidence that supports and contradicts it. Can you reframe the thought into a more balanced perspective?
That's key. And speaking of thoughts, practicing mindfulness can be incredibly helpful. Notice your thoughts without judgment, observing them as clouds passing in the sky. Remember, thoughts are not facts. They're just mental events.
Another simple but effective technique is to use positive affirmations. Repeat affirmations about your worth, your capabilities, and your self-acceptance. It might feel silly at first, but it can gradually shift your self-perception.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about cultivating compassion. Extend feelings of love and compassion first towards yourself, then to loved ones, neutral people, difficult people, and finally to all beings. This broadens your sense of connection and reduces resentment.
Finally, a word of caution. For those who have experienced trauma, processing traumatic memories can be beneficial, but it's crucial to do so safely and under the guidance of a trained professional. Visualize the event in a controlled and supportive environment. Do not attempt this alone.
That's so important to emphasize. Remember, seeking professional help is a sign of strength. Hello, and welcome to today's meditation podcast. Before we begin, it's crucial to emphasize that meditation should not replace professional mental health treatment. These meditations are a complementary tool and should be used alongside therapy and/or medication as recommended by a healthcare professional. For professional help is always essential.
That's a very important point. Today, we'll explore several meditation techniques aimed at helping manage symptoms of mental illness and anxiety. Let's start with grounding.
Our first meditation will focus on grounding sensations. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Now, bring your awareness to the weight of your body on the cushion or chair. Feel the texture of your clothes against your skin.
Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Is it cool, warm, or neutral? As you notice each sensation, silently name it. Weight, fabric, cool air. This anchors you in the present moment, which is particularly helpful for anxiety and dissociation.
Next, let's move on to breath awareness. Gently bring your attention to your breath, noticing its natural rhythm and flow. You don't need to change it, simply observe.
Now, gently scan your body from head to toe, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. Acknowledge these sensations without judgment. Simply observe them as they arise and pass. This is ideal for generalized anxiety and PTSD.
Our next meditation involves visualization. Imagine roots growing down from your base chakra, located at your pelvis, deep into the earth.
Feel these roots drawing strength and stability from the earth. Visualize the earth's energy grounding you, providing a sense of safety and security. This can be very helpful for anxiety and feeling ungrounded.
Now, let's shift our focus to self-compassion. Direct feelings of kindness and compassion towards yourself.
Repeat phrases like, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be free from suffering. Really feel the intention behind these words. This is ideal for depression, self-criticism, and low self-esteem.
Now, extend this compassion to loved ones. Repeat the same phrases, visualizing their well-being. Then, extend it to neutral people, and finally, to those you find challenging.
For our final meditation, we'll observe our emotions as if they were weather patterns. Imagine fleeting clouds, passing storms, or calm sunshine.
Acknowledge their presence without getting swept away by them. Notice how they change and shift naturally. This is particularly useful for emotional instability and bipolar disorder.
Remember, meditation is a practice.
Welcome, everyone, to today's meditation session. We'll focus on addressing self-criticism, embracing imperfection, and cultivating self-compassion.
Let's start by finding a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Gently close your eyes if that feels right for you.
Now, bring to mind a specific instance where you've been critical of yourself or regret that lingers. Don't judge it. Simply acknowledge its presence.
Allow yourself to feel the hurt and pain associated with this memory or feeling. It's okay to acknowledge the discomfort. Resisting it only amplifies it.
Now, let's shift our perspective. Gently and compassionately forgive yourself. Recognize your humanity, your fallibility. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human.
Repeat after me, either silently or aloud. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I accept myself, flaws and all.
Observe your thoughts without judgment, like clouds drifting across the sky. Notice their fleeting nature. Recognize that thoughts are not facts, and you're not your thoughts.
Now, let's shift our focus to the inherent imperfection of life and yourself. Embrace the messy, unpredictable nature of existence. Release the need for constant control and striving for perfection.
Inhale deeply, acknowledging the beauty in imperfection. Exhale slowly, releasing the grip of perfectionism.
Let's incorporate some gentle movement. Mindfully rotate your wrists and ankles, paying attention to the sensations in your body. Feel the flow of energy.
Now, we'll move into a practice of loving kindness. Cultivate feelings of warmth, compassion, and goodwill towards yourself, and then extend those feelings to all beings.
Silently repeat these phrases, directing them first to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be happy.
Now extend these phrases to a loved one. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy.
Finally, extend these phrases to all beings. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be happy.
Take a few more deep breaths, feeling the peace and compassion within you. Remember, this practice is a tool, not a cure. It's a way to cultivate self-awareness and kindness.
Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Carry this sense of self-compassion with you throughout your day.
Thank you for joining me in this meditation. Remember, be kind to yourself, always. Hello everyone, and welcome. Before we dive into today's discussion on mental wellness practices, we want to emphasize something crucial.
That's right. The information shared in this podcast is intended for educational and informational purposes only.
It should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
We strongly recommend that these practices be used in conjunction with therapy and/or medication as recommended by a qualified healthcare professional.
If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or are in need of immediate help, please contact your local emergency services or a mental health hotline.
Your mental health is paramount, and seeking appropriate professional guidance is the most important step you can take. Now, let's proceed with our discussion.